different kinds of cranes. In the auditorium, where you saw we were able to get so close to the proscenium arches, that's what's called a technocrane, and it's like an accordion crane that comes out almost 50 feet. And so you can mount the camera on the edge of that, and then the cinematographer uses these little wheels to turn, and you can do anything you want. And then on the others, like the exteriors, with the banks and with the Wainwright building, we perched a 40-foot crane on the roof of a parking structure across the street, and had to block off the street every time we swung this thing out the street. And then with the Guarantee building, that's a very interesting story out there, because I was having a really hard time with getting the owners of the building to work with me on getting access to it. And they came through in the end by telling us, well, we're having some restoration work done on the terracotta, and there's a scaffolding set up still. And if you want, we'll allow you to get a camera and just put on the scaffolding. So I rushed out to Buffalo with Pete, and sure enough, there was a moving scaffold that was like a lot like an elevator. And this sweet guy who worked for the masonry company just took us up and down that building about 5 or 6 different times. And poor Pete, when we were up at the 13th story, you know, there was really nothing between the scaffolding and the front of the building right here. He's got 3 kids, and so he wasn't as daring about it as I was. He did a good job. The lady was wondering why I used the voice of a woman for the voice of Louis Sullivan, which kind of throws people. Some people don't really get it. But as I was trudging through his writing, some of it is very beautiful, and some of it is very difficult to get through. And he also, with the autobiography of an idea, wrote about himself in the third person. So cinematically, if you're trying to present this, it's kind of an odd thing for someone to be speaking of themselves in the third person, to me. And then I also thought that, you know, this philosophical strain that runs through his writing is really, to me, like the voice of a muse coming through him. And that, in the end, is what made me want to say, I'm going to take a chance and do something unpredictable here. And I think it really works well. And I think it's also, I really wanted a woman's voice in this as well, because this film is so top-heavy with men.